Losses don't hurt because of money. If that were true, the pain would be proportional. It isn't. A small loss can ruin your day. A large loss can be brushed off if it fits a story you like. So this isn't about money. It never was. Losses hurt because you attach identity to them. You didn't just lose capital. You felt judged. Judged by the market. Judged by your expectations. Judged by the version of yourself you're trying to become. The market didn't say anything about you, but you heard something anyway. You heard, "I'm not as good as I thought. I should be further along by now. Other people wouldn't have lost like this." That reaction is not automatic. It's learned. Somewhere along the way, you stopped treating trading as execution and turned it into self-evaluation. Every trade became a test. Every loss became a verdict. That's why losses linger. You don't replay the setup. You replay what it meant. This is where most traders derail. Not because they lose, but because they personalize randomness. Probability doesn't care about your effort. Variance doesn't respect your progress. A good trade can lose. A bad trade can win. You already know this intellectually, but emotionally, you still expect fairness. And every time the market violates that expectation, your ego steps in to make sense of it. Today is about separating outcome from identity, not to feel better, but to stop corrupting future decisions. Because the moment a loss becomes personal, your next trade is no longer objective. And once objectivity is gone, discipline follows. Your brain treats losses as threats, not metaphorical threats, actual ones. Loss activates the same systems as danger. Heart rate changes, attention narrows, the urge to act increases, and threats demand response. That response feels logical in the moment. I need to get this back. I need to prove that wasn't me. I can't end the session like this. Notice what's missing. You're not thinking about expectancy. You're not thinking about rules. You're not thinking about probability. You're thinking about restoring self-image. Revenge trading isn't about greed. It's about repair. Repairing confidence. Repairing control. Repairing the internal narrative that says, "I know what I'm doing." The market doesn't care who you think you are, but your ego does. And ego hates unresolved damage, so it pushes action. Not good action, immediate action. That's why traders change behavior after losses even when nothing is wrong. They tighten stops. They hesitate on valid setups. They overtrade marginal ones. All of it framed as adjustment. Most of the time it's just panic wearing a smarter label. The brain wants closure. A loss leaves things open-ended. Was this me? Is my edge failing? Am I slipping? Those questions are uncomfortable, so the brain answers them with behavior instead of analysis. A trade feels like progress. Inaction feels like exposure. And once again, emotion disguises itself as logic. This is how discipline erodes without drama, not through blow-ups, through subtle emotional corrections after normal losses. Here's the part traders avoid. A clean loss does not damage anything. A reactionary trade does. Two traders take the same loss. Same setup, same risk, same outcome. Trader A logs it. They check execution. Rules followed. Conditions valid. They feel annoyed for about 30 seconds and then move on. Trader B spirals. They question the entry. They zoom into lower time frames. They start searching for confirmation that the loss was avoidable. They change something. Entry timing, size, sell activity. Now both traders have the same P and L, but only one of them has corrupted their process. Losses inside rules strengthen an edge. They validate expectancy over time. Losses outside rules rot it. Same loss, different impact. The market doesn't destroy traders through losses. Traders destroy themselves by reacting to them. Over time, this creates a pattern. The trader no longer trusts setups. Execution becomes hesitant. Wins feel lucky. Losses feel accusatory. Eventually, trading becomes mentally exhausting, not because it's hard, but because every decision carries emotional baggage. This is why some traders say, I just don't feel confident anymore. What they mean is, I don't trust myself not to interfere, and that distrust didn't come from losses, it came from how losses were handled. Here's the rule: losses only matter in relation to execution, nothing else counts. A loss taken in plan is complete the moment it closes. It requires no emotional follow up. Log it, classify it, move on. A loss taken out of plan is expensive, not financially, psychologically, because it teaches you that emotion can override structure. After a loss, there are only three valid questions. Did I follow my rules? Did the setup meet criteria? Did I execute as defined? That's it. If all three are yes, the loss is finished. If any are no, the problem isn't the loss, it's behavior, and behavior can be corrected. Losses are not feedback about you. They are feedback about your process. The moment you make them personal, you stop learning and start defending. Professional traders don't suppress emotion. They make it irrelevant. Losses don't change their size. They don't change their frequency. They don't change their behavior. That's discipline, not emotional toughness, structural indifference. Most traders don't fail because they lose. They fail because losses change who they are. Tomorrow we talk about overconfidence and why it's more dangerous than fear.